Is Black Myth Wukong a Souls-like game? So, after battling my way for this many hours, I can confidently say that Black Myth Wukong is indeed a Souls-like game in most cases, but also, it's half-action RPG game at the same time. What do I mean by that? Well, let me explain without wasting much time, and most importantly, without giving any spoilers. Basically, Souls-like is that genre, or specifically a subgenre, of video games, which is famous for its huge and breathtaking difficulty missions and one-to-one fights, especially huge boss fights. Games like Lords of the Fallen, Hollow Knight, Cuphead, Lies of P, Death's Gambit, etc., are some games that fall under this category. This Souls-like genre is inspired by the Souls-borne genre, which generally belongs to From Software's Souls games, like Elden Ring, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Dark Souls, and so on. So now, let us come to our game, Black Myth Wukong. Like other Souls-like games out there, in Black Myth Wukong, you face many different varieties of enemies as you enter from one area into another one. Each enemy type, that is the normal enemies, mini-bosses, and the main bosses, has his or her own unique form, power level, and attack moves, all of which are vastly different from each other. Normal enemies have the lowest power level, mini-bosses are almost 5 times stronger than the normal enemies, and ultimately here comes the bosses, who yield the highest power level and fighting skills. Now, the game's story pattern goes like this. First, there's an intro mission, after which you start traveling to your destined path. Then while traveling, you start battling with weaker enemies, then you fight with many bosses, and then you face the ultimate boss of the specific area. Between all this, you visit the nearest shrine, to upgrade your armors and weapons, buy upgrades and health-related stuff, and also, you need to rest to recover your full health, gourd, and defense abilities. And with the addition of stamina bars and several health items, it's resembling the features of a Souls-like game. You can also travel directly to places that are already explored. The last shrine where you have saved the game will always act as the last checkpoint or location when you get defeated or continue your journey. Majority of the cutscenes in the game don't progress the story that much, just like any other Souls game, as it follows a similar pattern of the genre. Like, in the first chapter, I saw cutscenes triggered mostly when it's time for a boss fight, or when we unlock a separate or a new path, or when we hit the bell, and it shows the beautiful surroundings and the environment of the location. Only the initial cutscenes and a very few other ones push the storyline forward. Similar things with the second chapter where I'm currently at. Now talking about the combat system, we don't have the option to block or parry attacks from enemies, rather you have to attack, dodge, and jump within the correct time to avoid getting hit by the enemy. You can also cast this spell and freeze your enemy so that you can successfully perform a complete combo against them. Don't forget to use your gourd to recover some of your health during the battle. Also friends, you can take the form of some of the bosses that you already defeated and use their special power in other battles. This is an interesting and a unique feature, which we cannot see in many games nowadays. Yes, the game is very much hard, but not that hard like Sekiro Shadows Die Twice or Elden Ring. You can defeat the bosses if you take your time and stay calm during the fight, keep your stamina level at a required level by staying far from the boss, and attack them whenever they are not on guard. If you have played the new-gen God of War, then yes, the boss fights are harder than that, but not the hardest like the Souls-borne games. Also my friends, you don't need to seriously explore for items, but yeah, you should collect them as you find them. Like the God of War games, don't forget to open the chests scattered around the locations. You can find new armors and gears in these boxes. And talking about the graphics, most Souls-borne and Souls-like games don't focus on real-life-like graphics. But Black Myth Wukong does the complete opposite in this case. It utilizes most of the features available in the current Unreal Engine 5. I'm really loving the art direction and the environment. Every portion of each place feels different. Now talking about PC optimizations and performance, well, I am playing the game on my system with Ryzen 7 5700G, Radeon RX 7800 XT GPU, and 32GB DDR4 RAM sticks running in dual channel at 3600 MHz. And as you can see on the screen, these are my settings. I am running the game at pure 1440p, with FSR set to 66%, with frame gen on first, and I am using hardware unbox quality settings as you can see. So in this forest dense area, I am getting around 95 to 105 FPS with these settings. I am not using full RT due to the performance sacrifice. But now, if I switch off the frame generation feature, then, you can see, that I'm getting between 60 to 70 FPS in the same area, without any frame generation. Now on the other side, my friends, here, I am running the game with FSR set to 100%. And yeah, this makes a big difference. You can see the direct comparison side by side that playing the game at 100% resolution scale provide more boost to the overall graphics. And I'm playing it at 66%, that is, in FSR quality. We get more performance, sacrificing the sharp crystal clear visuals. So, if you want more performance out of your game, then try using FSR and adjusting the scale meter from the game graphics settings. Or if you want to enjoy the appealing visuals, then simply use FSR and set the render scale to 100%. You can also lock the FPS as per the situation. Both the settings look and feel good in their perspective. Now, there's a consistently huge performance drop for 3 to 4 seconds while changing the form of the protagonist. It could be happening since AMD rolled back their GPU driver version 24.8.1 due to some reasons, which was the latest driver with the official support for the game. I hope that all these issues related to drivers and optimizations will be fixed as soon as possible. There are also other bugs, like, sometimes our special ability does not get fully charged after booting into the game, and there's no map available in the game. Maybe the game is intended to play all by exploring yourself, without seeking any map. So that might be a feature, who knows? Friends, as you can see from my playtime till now, and after battling for this many hours, I can confidently say that Black Myth Wukong is mostly a Souls-like game, because its difficulty level is higher than a hard action RPG game, but also, its difficulty level is lower than any Souls-like game at the same time. That's why I said in the beginning that Black Myth Wukong is half Souls-like and half action RPG game at the same time. Rest, the game is much easier than the Souls-borne games, like Bloodborne and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, offering the same level of challenging missions and hard boss fights similar to any other Souls-like games, with a lot of varieties in the characters and the locations. So now, to conclude everything, if you are a huge fan of Souls games, and you want to play something filled with challenging enemies and numerous boss fights with huge difficulty, then definitely, go and buy Black Myth Wukong right now. It will not disappoint you at all, and you will get a unique experience with this game if you love the genre. But if you don't like Souls games that much, or if you are searching for some action-adventure RPG games, with moderate to a little harder difficulty, then this game might not be for you. Don't buy this game just for its great graphics, since Black Myth Wukong is mostly a Souls-like game after all. No doubt that the game is much harder. So, if you don't want to rage now, then you can buy the game later whenever you like. In the end, Black Myth Wukong is indeed one of the best games released this year, probably in this generation till now. I am currently in Chapter 2, and I am enjoying the game a lot. Yes, sure, the game has a few bugs here and there, but until now, I have not faced any major performance or visual related issue with the game. I am loving the combat system and traveling the locations. The developers of Game Science really did a phenomenal job in making this masterpiece. You should absolutely play Black Myth Wukong. Anyways guys, let me know your thoughts about this game. Also, let me know if I missed something, and I will see you in another video.